Hey guys, welcome back to CDUB Studio. Today bringing you a Dragon Horror creature deck. This deck is composed of bounce effects and then also the ability to get our instant sorcery cards back with Lier, and then ultimately trying to play Hullbreaker Horror on the opponent's turn and then being able to keep the opponent from being able to play any spells by being able to cast instants on their turn or during our turn whenever they try to remove or counter our Hullbreaker Horror. Basically, once we get this on the board, we should be able to take over the game. But anyways, let's dive into the card deck. So we've got 4 Fading Hopes. Able to return target creature to its owner's hand. If its mana value is 3 or less, we can scry. We've got some Spikefield Hazards to remove 1-drop creatures from the game, and instead of them going to the graveyard, they get exiled instead. We can also play this as a land if we need to, if we're not hitting our land drops. We have 3 of the Jacob. Basically, we can draw a card, and then we exile a card from your hand face down, and then if we pay 6, we can transform this card into a legendary and enchantment, and then whatever cards that we exiled underneath Jacob, we can play for free during our turn. So one card for free each turn, and then consecutively, once it's flipped, every turn one of our draw cards goes underneath the enchantment, and we can use that to play for free as well. So late game, this is a really great card to have out. Basically what we try to do is if we get Jacob out, we want to try to keep him alive once we start putting our good sorceries and instant speed cards underneath it. We can also put creature cards underneath it. So whatever we put underneath, we want to try to keep Jacob alive, because if he goes back to our hand, or if he dies, all the cards that we had underneath him are exiled. So we want to keep him from dying or being brought back to our hand. And if that doesn't work out, we've got Smoldering Egg here. Defender, he's a 0/4, so that can help us prevent some damage. And then once we've cast the amount of mana equal to 7 or more, we remove those counters, and we can transform the Smoldering Egg into Ashmouth Dragon, which is a 4/4, and then whenever we cast an instant or sorcery spell, we deal 2 damage to any target. So we can hit the opponent's face, or we can hit the opponent's creatures, allowing us to be able to swing in and deal damage. Expressive Iteration, helping us hit our land drops. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them in your hand, put one of them in the bottom of your library, and exile one of them. The exiled ones you can play that turn. Typically, the way that I like to play this card is we want to try to get Smoldering Egg out on turn 2, and then we want an Expressive Iteration on turn 3, allowing us to get 2 counters on our egg on turn 3, being able to continuously put an instant or sorcery card into our hand, and then being able to exile a land card and be able to play that as our 3rd land. So turn 3, don't play a land. You want to play Expressive Iteration and then get a land with that and then play a land. And then we have Shatterskull Smashing. Deals X damage to number of 2 target creatures or planeswalkers. If X is 6 or more, it deals twice the damage divided by those creatures. And then we could also play this as a land, and if we want to, we can pay 3 life, and we can prevent it from coming into play tapped. So if we need to, we can do that. Divide by 0. Return target spell or permanent with with mana value greater 1 or greater to the owner's hand. So being able to return instants, sorceries, creatures, enchantments back to their hand, planeswalkers, make them play it again, essentially use up their turn, get significant value with it, and then on top of that be able to go into the sideboard and grab something that we need for the game. Incredibly helpful. Unexpected Windfall, as an addition to cast this spell, discard a card, we draw 2 cards and create 2 treasure tokens. Helps us ramp, helps us get the cards we need in our hand to be able to do things. Great card to have. Lier, spells can't be countered, and then each instant or sorcery card in your graveyard has flashback. So basically all of the sorceries and instants that we play them from our hand and they go in the graveyard, and when we play Lier we get to be able to play all of those cards over again for another time. So things like Fading Hope, Expressive Iteration, Divide by Zero, Unexpected Windfall, all those cards we can play again for a second time. So we get tremendous value out of Lier, and then we can also try to protect Lier and keep him on the board by Divide by Zero and Fading Hope and all those cards that we've gotten back. And then Alrund's Epiphany, being able to create 2 1/1 birds and take an extra turn can be very helpful late game, or if we're trying to flip our egg into a dragon. Significant amount of value there, being able to put 7 points and flip it in 1 turn and take another turn is huge. And then Hullbreaker Horror, basically this card has flash, so we can play it during the opponent's attack phase, kind of just flash him in there and set him up as a blocker, and then spells it so this card can't be countered. And then whenever you cast a spell, you can return a target spell you don't control to its owner's hand. So if he was trying to kill your creature, you could play a Fading Hope, or a Divide by Zero, or a Spikefield Hazard, or Expressive Iteration, and essentially counter his spell and make it put him back to his hand. Or we can return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, so we could return their target creature to their hand. Super awesome card, especially late game, and being able to get Unexpected Windfall down, and then having Lier out to be able to defend and prevent anything from coming on the board is huge. Then we have Hall of the Storm Giants, being able to create a 7/7 creature that can attack or block, extremely valuable. And then we've got some islands, mountains, some snarls. We've got the Pathway lands, and then the Stormcarved Coast, and then Field of Ruin for those creature lands that we come across. And then on our sideboard we've got environmental sciences to be able to go grab a land and gain some life. We've got teachings, start from scratch to be able to destroy a target artifact. And then we've got Introduction to Prophecy, being able to scry and draw a card if we need to. And then Mascot Exhibition, being able to create some blockers if we need to do that. And all of these cards can be brought back with Lier as well, so that's extremely helpful for our win conditions. And that's pretty much the deck. So yeah, so without further ado, we can jump into it. But just before we do that, we'll talk about, so we've got 23 lands total in here. That seems low, but we also have those instant or sorcery and instant cards that act as land as well. So we're actually above on the land curve. But 60 cards, 60 card deck. So yeah, so without further ado, let's drop and let's do some games. Alright, play Smoldering Egg. I think we'll play our other Smoldering Egg here, and then we can hold up Fading Hope if we need to. Okay, Skullport Merchant. It's going to kill the Innkeeper. And we'll hold up Divide by 0. Hopefully we can force him to use some of his treasures. Alright, we're good to just sit and wait. We don't really have to do anything here. Alright, so we'll take out the Faceless Haven. Alright, so since he's not doing anything, I want to be able to go in my sideboard. Right, I think we grab teachings. So we can play teachings next turn, flip our eggs, and then hold up, divide by 0. So we can hit the eye twitch, hit him for 2, and then get in for 8. Alright, so we'll put divide by 0 in our hand. Alright, we'll put that in our library, and we'll put Fading Hope over there. Down to 11. Feel a little blood in the snow coming on. Hopefully that's what he does. Otherwise you can come down with Mascot Exhibition. Alright, so blood in the snow just like I thought. Send that back to his hand. And that's game. So was waiting for him to play some other stuff. He just was slow rolling, so we intervened, pulled out the win. I got a new LED light bar for the backdrop. I'm not sure if it's too distracting or not. If it is, you guys let me know in the comments. If you're interested in it, I can put a link down there for it as well. Picked it up. I'm fairly happy with it. It's got different modes and settings and stuff that you can do. Just didn't want it to be too distracting from the video. Alright, I think we put tough call. I think we put Shatterskull Smashing away. You can decline that. We don't have a 1-drop. Alright, play Smoldering Egg. Alright, so we're going to turn that to his hand. I don't think we need that. And then we can bounce this 4/4 as well. Alright. Pass our turn. Send that back to his hand again. Alright, so I think we do iteration here. Alright, so we'll put that in our hand. Put that in our library, and I don't think we play the egg here because we kind of want to hold on to the divide by 0, so I'm okay letting it go. Because we can play divide by 0 and flip our egg. I think we'll go grab teachings. We'll play that as a land. We'll play teachings. We'll swing in. Down to 14. It's unfortunate, but I think putting that back to our hand isn't all that great. Alright, so I think we play Lier here. Got all of our Fading Hopes again. We can even play it on the Lier if we need to. Yeah. Okay, so we can put that back to our hand. And we raised he wasted all of his spells there. Man, alright, so alright, I think we just do Lier again. Hold up. Fading Hopes, and then we play Hullbreaker Horror on his next turn. Yeah, we'll keep the land on top, I guess. Alright, so we got rid of... Alright, so I think we just say go. We return this back to our hand. Let's get Mascot Exhibition. can play Lier again. We can bounce his Righteous Valkyrie. Or whatever other spell. Alright, so we'll do Windfall here. We'll get rid of Prophecy. Play another land for the turn. Alright, we'll hold up Divide. Grab some environmental sciences. I'm gonna go down to 1. It's not great. But we can send that back to his hand, grab a land. Send that back to his hand, grab another land. This at least puts us up to 5, so he can't just kill us with his Frost Dragon here. Alright, so we'll play Expedition here. We'll send his Valkyrie back to his hand. Now we got some blockers. We'll get some more land, gain some more life. Now we can swing in. Fine. Turn that to his hand. Turn that to his hand. An iteration here. And return his Valkyrie to his hand. One of them will take the Smashing. Put that our Lier in our library. We can attack in and win. You know, this deck's really. So we defeated an Angel deck just by bouncing most of his stuff back to his hand. Play egg here. Alright, so we just hold up divide by 0. Okay. Play Sciences here, gain some life. We'll get another red source. Alright, we'll do Windfall here. I think we can drop an egg. Exile his 1/1 that makes 2/2s. And I think we foretell Alrund's Epiphany so we can play it next turn. No attacks here. We need to try to stay alive. Alright, block the Headless Rider. Down to 5. Of course, hook for 1. Alright, we'll take our extra turn. Do Unexpected Windfall. Hey, that's pretty good. We'll take that. No attacks. We can use the birds as blockers. Send that back to his hand. I think we're good on lands. We'll just block that 2/2 and we'll take the 1. Alright, I think we just hold up now. Got divide by 0. Keep that on top for sure. Block that, and we'll block a bird. Block with a bird. I think we just let that go. It's fine. I mean, I think I'd rather hold up the divide by 0 for something else. So no attacks here. We're gonna play Horror on their turn. And that's enough for them to scoop. Playing that on turn 2, huh? Just don't think that that's the best way to play that card. I think we'll foretell Alrunds. Really? 2 of my horrors back to back? Are you kidding me? That's just stupid. Cool. I think we play egg here. We could have played Lier, but then being red-blue, he's probably got some removal for it, so probably not worth doing. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure it's 3 of our Hullbreaker Horrors already. Did he get our last one? No, he didn't. Alright, so that flipped our egg. Down to 16. We can get rid of this land. Do 2 damage to that. Do 1 damage to that. 2 damage to his face. Swing in for 6. It's down to 8. Got 16 cards left. Play our other egg. Play our Lier. Hold up, divide by 0. Swing in for 4. Good game. He tried. Alright, we'll play Jacob. Hold up, divide. Alright, I think we'll play egg here. And we'll hold up the divide. Block that. Alright, so we'll all run here. We'll Unexpected Windfall. Drop a land. Kill one of these. we'll do this for 4. And scoop. Alright guys, so I think that wraps up the deck for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. A little bit of Hullbreaker Horror there with the egg and being able to flip it into the dragon. Worked pretty well. Alrund's Epiphany is great. Divide by 0, being able to go on the sideboard and just be able to grab whatever we need for the match. Super awesome. Being able to bounce stuff with Fading Hope. Being able to buy ourselves time to set up our board and our presence, and then being able to just devastate the opponent's board and making them replay stuff, and then being able to swing in pretty much can guarantee us the game. This deck's not so great against fast-paced decks, so your mono whites, your life gains, stuff like that. So, but anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. This is CDUB Studio signing out.